Yeah.
Always helping.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
First, sorry about my English.
Oh man, you're good.
Yep. Mic's on. Cameras are recording. Ready to go. Could you take a picture?
Yeah.
Please.
Can you give me your phone?
Yeah.
I'll take photos for you.
There we go. Beautiful. Here, I'll give you mine too, Fitzy.
Yeah, that would be good.
Oh, we'll do it all.
Good.
All right, we're rolling, Fitzy?
We're rolling. You can't stop.
Okay, Dr. Rafael. Welcome to Beef Bootlegger Chophouse podcast.
Thank you very much.
What brings you to Meat Stock?
I'm representing Brazil and this new journey. Our Brazilians, they are sick. Our kids are need to be rescued from the wrong food, the wrong eats. So I'm representing them to learn what's going on here and bring it to Brazil.
Fantastic. And what do you think is the root cause to those issues for the kids and people's health overall in Brazil when it comes to diet?
I usually say to my patients and to my followers that the root cause is what they are eating, what they are choosing to put inside their bodies. So they are eating a lot of ultra processed foods. They are eating too many vegetables.
Yeah.
Not just that I don't like vegetables. Okay, they have anti-nutrients that's not good for us, but they have more. They have pesticides. They have herbicides like glyphosate, paraquat, and other kinds of toxics. No? So they don't need it. So
What's interesting is to hear the issues that you're describing in Brazil are very similar to the ones that we have here in the U.S. Is it the fact that the U.S. is importing some of those bad practices into Brazil, or Brazil is using those bad practices on their own? Where did those bad practices originate? Because in the U.S. 50, 100 years ago, they weren't using those. Food was better. And I'm just curious, in Brazil, is it similar, or is it that, again, the U.S. and some of these other practices actually made their way to Brazil?
I'm not sure about that, but I believe a lot of things in Brazil we import from the U.S. Kinds of culture, kinds of habits we import from the U.S. So food probably is the same, and that's including pesticides, including glyphosate. We are importing it.
Well, yeah, these are global businesses, and it makes sense. It's also a bit of a tragedy, I think, that food is being corrupted everywhere.
Everywhere. There's a lot of doctors in Brazil and nutritionists. They were corrupted by industry. They kept saying big lies. So a lot of the regular people that unscholared, not unscholared, but don't know the word exactly, but the regular people in Brazil, they don't know the information.
Right,
So
they don't know, right?
they don't know. So they get the lie, and press in their lives. So.
Well, that's, I think, one of the benefits of the last couple of years is that better practices and what good food ultimately looks like. We're surrounded by people producing better, higher quality food without any of the garbage, without any of the poisons in it. So with your mission to educate Brazil, are you looking to also improve the food supply down there, or just to let people know what proper food looks like?
I like to show them what the real food is, how easy is to get healthy again, how easy is to protect their kids. They don't need a lot of drugs. They don't need a lot of expensive things. They just need to choose the right food, to get the right food, meat, eggs. So what I'm trying it's to educate families, to bring a real knowledge to them. I want to save families and protect our kids.
Fantastic. Well, it's a great mission. What do you think maybe the first step? So someone they see you for the first time, whether it's on Instagram or social, or they find you, what's one way, one easy first step that someone could take to, help get on the right diet or just to improve their quality of life?
The best thing is just starting watching, reading the ingredients of the food they are buying.
Yeah.
Just watch it. See, read, and if you don't understand 2 or 3 ingredients, don't buy it.
Get rid of it. Yeah.
Don't buy it, because every hard ingredients to read. It is hard to read. Probably it's not good for you.
Yeah.
So it is a good choice and a good first step. And the second step, a good thing is just start buying natural foods. If it's natural, it's okay. It's better. If it's ultra processed food, high processed food, it's not good. It cannot be good.
Yeah, we were talking about that with someone yesterday, that if it comes in a box, it's probably bad news, right? Everything else that's single ingredient, that's natural, doesn't necessarily come in a box.
Yeah, that's true. I do believe.
What do you think? So when we just got to know each other here, when the conference opened up, you had met a few other people. Are you involved? Like, tell us a little bit about how you're involved beyond Brazil, but with the larger, meat stock or carnivore community.
Actually, I'm here because I'm representing the Brazil, and in this big event, I'm trying to grab all the new things here and bring to Brazil, because people in Brazil are shifting. They are learning. They are waking up. But as I told you, there's a lot of nutritionists and doctors. They were bought by industry, so they keep saying lies. And these people, they don't know what to do. They are afraid. So I came here to meet people. As I know Dr. Omara, Dr. Ana Rosa, and a lot of other speakers here. I want to bring them, all of them, including you. You're invited to visit Brazil.
There we go. I'd love to come. Thank you.
To show people, to give knowledge them. We need it. It's not just a local cause. It's a global cause.
100%.
It has to go to all around the world. That's why I'm here.
Love that. How long are you here, and what else are you doing while you're here?
I've been here since 26th of April. I was in Orlando. I went there to talk in a podcast. They invited me to show how is it in Brazil, how people are acting, if they like carnivore diets, ketogenic diets, or something like that. It was funny. And then I came here to Gatlinburg to be on the event, to learn more, and to make a partnership with a lot of very good people like you.
Fantastic.
That represent so well carnivore diets. And
well, that's it. I mean, that's why we're here, is really to meet people, to help present and expose some of the causes that they're passionate about, and to build awareness. With Brazil, tell me about your personal diet. What is your favorite cut of steak to eat, and how do you like to cook it at home?
Well, first of all kind of meats. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, but I really like prime ribs, ancho.
Yeah.
It's called ancho here. Ancho steak. I don't know. It's the same, but we call beefy ancho in Brazil. But it's kind of ancho steak.
What part of the cow is that? I'm not familiar with that one. I'm sure it's the same type of cut. You know which part of the cow it comes from?
I don't know yet.
Is it fatty and juicy, or more of a lean cut?
Fatty.
Yeah.
Fatty and juicy.
Okay.
It's awesome. It's very good. And the other part is picanha.
Picanha.
I love
course.
picanha.
Yeah.
Picanha is awesome. I usually eat twice a week picanha, twice a week beef ancho, and all of kinds of meats.
Well, I think you gotta love your picanha if you're a true Brazilian, right?
Sure, you were invited to a barbecue there.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. So, you're here. Are you doing anything on any of the panels? It seems like you're obviously plugged in. Are you speaking? Are you on a panel? Or are you just here, meeting people right now?
I'm just meeting people right now this year. I hope to be invited to talk on the panel, to share my experience to share the result of my patients, because in Brazil I'm not alone. I have a full team of specialists that work with me
Fantastic.
to give the best result to our patients. I have a doctors in different areas, nutritionists, carnivore nutritionists, psychiatrists, because we work with metabolism, helping your mind with metabolism. So this year just came to talk, to meet people. Next year, hope to be invited.
Next year, I'm sure you will. For the Brazilian meat market, the access to the quality. So I know Brazil is a big exporter of beef into the U.S. It's a little bit controversial. We were just talking about how I'm not sure it's a two-way street. It's hard to put the U.S. beef into Brazil.
Yeah.
But for you personally or for your patients, are you able to find quality beef? It might cost a little bit more, but you're actually able to access some good beef. Talk about that.
Yeah, we have a very strict laws in Brazil with beef because it's for to export, so they take care a lot. But most of the meat that we have, the beefs that we have, they are made with like a soy or not grass fed. But now we have a couple of companies, they are being specialized in grass fed beefs. We have a couple of them, 6 or 8 very big companies. They are being specialized in this.
Yeah, as an advocate and as a leader and as a champion for the better beef, one of the things that we can do just off to the side, there's a few ranches here that have their own protocol where they raise the animals, and maybe that's something with an introduction you could understand about what their protocols are, and maybe those are some of the things that you can bring to Brazil. So they're passionate about raising the quality of beef here in the U.S., so they have the power to do that with their own animals, the way that they do things as well. But it's modern science, how you get to the best ratios of omega-3s and omega-6s and some of these things. And it might be something that you'd be able to take back to the cattle producers down there if they were like-minded and they wanted to prove, and it would be, I think, good business overall as well. So it's a win-win for everyone.
No, for sure. I come here to change the experience, to learn a lot with them, and bring back to Brazil. But now we have one of the company. It's Beef Passion. It's a very good grass-fed beef. They take care. They take care of the cow better than with a person.
Yeah, of course. Give them the massage, the happy lifestyle.
Massage. They have massage. No, it's awesome. But here will be a very big experience. I can learn a lot.
Fantastic. I think we're good there. Fitzy, can you do it? We got just a little tightener. We're just wrapping up. That's it. There we go. There we go. We got it. Okay, so Rafael, is there where can people find you to follow you, to learn a little bit more about what you're doing?
Yeah.
And what are some of the closing remarks, if there's anything you want to leave people with today?
Yeah, just follow me on Instagram. It's my primary social media.
And it's Dr. Rafael.
Yeah, it's at dr.rafael with F Pelosi.
There we go.
Yeah. They will find me. They'll find all of my numbers, all of my team, and I'm ready to share experience and give them all of I learned in the last 10 years about nutrition and metabolic chains.
Well, fantastic. I'm
That's it.
so glad we got to meet. Good luck with everything. I can't wait to see you in Brazil.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
My man.
How was it? Good?
That's great. Beautiful. It's fantastic.
I wasn't ready at the beginning.
No. It's you just have
I'm
to.
practicing my English.
Easy as well, but you're great. And also, at the end, what people have told me is no one really cares anyway. Everyone wants to do good. We get in our head and we worry too much about it.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of good things right there. And for your purpose of getting people to understand, you're bringing the message to Brazil.
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah, that's what I want. I need to bring a message to show them that the world is changing. Mm-hmm. The carnivore diet, the ketogenic diet, it's not just in US, and it's for the whole world. If you want to be healthy, you need to change what are you eating, what are you drinking. It's impossible to be healthy.
Yeah,
eating ultra high processed foods every day it's unbelievable. If they like I defend the milk, the dairy milk, raw milk.
We got some of that. Did you see that right here?
Really? Can
Yeah,
I
yeah.
taste a little of this?
Oh yeah, I'll get a glass. I'll get a glass
No,
for you.
but,
they have it inside. I'll introduce
Oh,
you
really?
as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, please, please. But in Brazil, it's prohibited. Prohibited.
Yeah.
Raw milk. You have to eat like that box milk. It's not milk. It's that milk.
So they in the U.S. they have to say it's for pets. It says for the animals.
Oh,
But it's
really?
a joke.
Oh, really?
It's a cheat code right there. you have in Brazil raw milk? What is Brazil like?
We do have it, but it's
Cats and dogs. You see? But it's a joke. They have to say that. And then
to sell it.
sell it. Yeah, I'll introduce you.
It's not allowed in Brazil to sell raw milk.
Yeah.
Just that box that's dead milk. It's unbelievable. Dogs and
They get
cats.
rid of that. That's where he asked me how you sell it. Yeah.
I'll see your law.